I think it's safe to say that the Bulldogs choked in Saturday's big game in Columbia against the Gamecocks, and Bulldog fans are not happy about Mark Richt's performance. Here's Fox Sports 1670's Bill Shanks with the BS report.
All right, so the Georgia Bulldogs lost the other day. That's only part of the story. And if they had just lost the game, say, I don't know, 35-24 or something like that, it wouldn't have been a big deal. It would have been a tough loss on the road against a tough South Carolina Gamecocks team. But they got embarrassed. They got shell-shocked. They really didn't know what hit them. And the problem is this is not the first time that this has happened in a big game for Georgia. In fact, it proves a pattern is happening where Georgia simply cannot show up in big games. They've had trouble winning games against good teams the last couple of years. Now, they were 5-0 to start this season. You may say, well, that's pretty good, but they really didn't play anybody. I mean, the teams that they had defeated this year, the 5 teams had a combined record of 10-16. How about last year? Remember, they lost to Boise State, to South Carolina, to LSU, to Michigan State, all good teams. Those 4 teams had a combined record of 47-7, but the teams that Georgia beat, they had a combined record of 59-66. 2 years ago, the same story. Georgia was 6-7. They beat 6 losing teams. They cannot beat good teams. You have to go back a couple of years to find out the last time Georgia really beat a good team. In fact, probably the 2009 game against Georgia Tech was the last time Georgia won a game against a team that had 8 wins or more. That's awful. Then you have to go back even to 2006 to find the last time Georgia won a conference game against an SEC team that had more than 9 wins. Look at Florida the other day. They beat LSU, and LSU's a very good team. That was a signature win for the Gators, and the Georgia Bulldogs haven't had anything like that in 5 or 6 years. Now, this falls on the head coach. Mark Richt is a good man. Everybody likes Mark Richt. I like Mark Richt. You like Mark Richt. But the bottom line is, this is all about winning. And beating Florida Atlantic and Buffalo and teams like that, that's nice. That makes your record pretty good and padded. But it's not getting the job done against good teams and tough teams in the SEC. It's time for Georgia fans to not be satisfied with a 10-win season when you're beating teams like Florida Atlantic and Buffalo, and instead expect Georgia to show up in big games. And this is on the head coach, and this is why the fan base at Georgia is furious this week. I have never seen them so upset about a game, and they're right, because the other night was embarrassing. And if Mark Richt doesn't start winning big games soon, he'll be coaching somewhere else.